Right, this is Linton the Swarm Vassal, Bellator light heavyweight contender, and you're watching the MMA Crypt Fighting Talk Show.
Gregory Stone, MMA.com. On today's show, I'll be speaking with the man to TKO highly ranked UFC veteran. On only hours' notice at World Series of Fighting 19 this past weekend, he is Mr. Teddy Holder. Welcome to the show, Teddy.
Hey, what's up, man? How y'all doing?
Not too bad, Teddy. So, Teddy was called in to face Thiago Silva on only hours' notice. I believe it was even possibly 2 hours before the fight. Could you take us to the moment when you was offered the fight with Thiago and how the conversation went with you and Will to the fight? Because from what I understand, you were set to face Jake Heon in a reserve bout for the tournament, and obviously things were switched up after Matt Hamill became ill.
Basically, man, it was we were trying to head to the venue actually. It was like 3:00. I think the fight card started at 6, and we was going to head out to the venue and get ready to just head over there and get ready for the fights and everything. And Ali called me like right when we was going to get ready to leave, and he was like, "I got an opportunity for you, and would you fight Thiago Silva tonight? Because Matt Hamill got sick and everything else." So I had to call my manager, had to call my coaches and talk to my corner and everything else, and just discussed it and everything. And we just said, "Screw it, go ahead and do it." I got nothing to lose. Shot the world and just take the fight, so we took it.
Well, you said you spoke to your team, your manager, etc. Was there any person who declined the fight and said, "No, Teddy, this is bad news for you, do not take it"? Was there one person?
Actually, man, to be honest with you, if that one person was anybody, it was going to be me, because I was kind of like 19 months is a long time, and ring rust, and I was already nervous enough as it was coming in fighting Jake Ewan, and then Thiago Silva, man, he's no joke. He's legit, man. He's a top 5 in the world at least, but he still belongs in the UFC in my opinion. So if anybody anybody said I thought I could do it, it was more in line to me. Everybody else I talked to was like, "Dude, just do it. You got this. We believe in you." Everybody else believed. I mean, they thought, what happened? I could knock him out if I got a good hit, and I could stand with him. So if anybody had any doubt about me, it was myself instead of anybody else.
Did it sort of cross your mind at any point, like, looking at it this way? I know your teammates and your friends were sort of like, they were sort of like encouraging you to take the fight, but did you look at it and think, well, this is sort of a win-win situation. It doesn't even matter if I lose this fight. I still sort of win. I wasn't supposed to beat him. And there's a chance of getting there, I'm going to knock him out and finish him, whatever it is, because you got a good stand-up record. So there was always that possibility that you could take him out of the feet. So did it sort of cross your mind that this is a win-win situation regardless?
Oh, yeah. There was definitely more pros than cons, man. If I lost, so what? I lost to Thiago Silva. I was expected to lose. That was probably the only negative thing about it. So what? I go out there I save a card. I help the workers fight. Now I show that I'm not, I got brass balls or whatever you want to call it, and that I'm not scared to fight anybody. But there was definitely more high side to it than it was, blowback from it if I lost or anything else. So yeah, it was pretty good and pretty easy decision to make.
So you mentioned that you got the call at the hotel as you was just about to leave. So obviously that's about, 3 hours of preparing for Thiago Silva, basically. Obviously you've got to take in the news that you are facing him, sort of get over the shock of things changing up like this. Obviously Jake Young, he's more of a wrestler-based fighter, vicious ground and pound. It's a little bit of a different fighter to Thiago. Thiago's a good striker, a good BJJ practitioner. So a different fighter. Obviously, it's a high-caliber fighter too, big opportunity. So obviously, you got to take in these nerves, the adrenaline, the excitement, a different opponent. Just what sort of game plan and what sort of conversation did you have with your coaches in coming up with a sort of a good strategy to defeat Thiago Silva?
I mean, actually, we didn't have too much time to even talk about it too much, man. We got to the venue, and we got to the venue a little bit late. As soon as I got there, we had to start doing recordings, and I had to get wrapped. Man, we might have talked about it after I said that I'd fight, maybe 5 minutes total. I didn't have time to warm up, literally. I think I had to warm up maybe like 2 minutes, and they came and got me. And it's like, we got to go on, and I got taken out to the cage area before I walked out, man. That was really no time, no game planning whatsoever what I was going to do, no talking, discussions, or anything like that. It was just basically, you're here, just do what you got to do.
Did you find that better in a way? Because it's just like you sort of just thrown into it, and there's no second guessing yourself. It's sort of like, here we are. Let's just do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you didn't have, no. I mean, if you want to second guess yourself, man, that was literally no time to second guess. Yeah. As soon as I got there, it was all a rush, man. Just to get out to the cage, I barely had time to just get ready, honestly. So it was no time to second guess. It was all go, man. It was all go or no show, you know. So it was no time to even think about it, honestly.
Well, you mentioned VP Ali Abdulaziz. He contacted you with the opportunity to fight Thiago. He is the man. He is the money man of World Series of Fighting. Does all the negotiations, contracts, etc. Did you get a nice little compensation package for taking on Thiago?
Oh yeah, they took care of me really well. They paid me a little bit more than 3 times what I was normally going to make. So that I mean, it wasn't. They didn't try to screw me over and like that. They actually took care of me and it made it worth my time and fight to even take the fight.
Well, in the fight with Thiago, we actually caught you with a counter right hook. He seemed to wobble you in the fight, and then sort of like about 30 seconds after that, you've managed to finish off Thiago yourself with I think it was a right hook yourself, and everyone sort of possibly expected Thiago to come in for the kill and finish you off, but you seem to gain your footing back. You seem quite sturdy on your feet, and obviously you finished him off 30 seconds later. So I would assume that you sort of gained your composure back and you was with your senses, but was you as composed as you seemed and sturdy on your feet as you seemed, or was you still a little bit wobbly on the feet when you finished off Thiago Silva?
I might have been a little dazed still. Honestly, man, after it hit me, I thought, it looked like I was going to fall down, and I didn't. So I recuperated really quick, but I still looked a little dazed because he kept doing that inside leg kick and knocking me off balance, which I wasn't even expecting, and I wasn't even prepared for. I didn't get to, study in or anything like that, and even think he would do that. So, I mean, he kept me off balance, which is it was damn good. Worked out for him, and that's how he got me that right hand. He got me that weak leg kick, and caught me that right hand when it wobbled me. And right off the bat, when I got my composure back, he did it again, and he about fell over on him right then, and I just got him with a right hook, and just luckily hit him with a ground and pound and got it called, man, and fight won.
Well, you do move on now to face the winner of the other semi-final bout for the World Series of Fighting Light Heavyweight title. This will crown the first ever champion, of course. Obviously, history here. It's always better when you're the first champion of a promotion like that. David Branch and Ronnie Marks, they're both moving up in weight to compete in the light heavyweight tournament. Who do you think will win that bout? Because obviously, both solid grapplers. I believe the champ's been on quite a roll recently. He's finished off Jesse Taylor, etc. He's had a few good wins now. I think he's on a 4-fight win streak. So who are you taking that bout? The champ or Ronnie Marks?
Man, I think it's going to be a close match, actually. Both of them have both done the decisions quite a few times. They don't, just necessarily just finish fights very early. So I think it's going to be a long, drawn-out match. Might even go to a decision. You never know. And again, Branch could catch him. I think Branch is very, explosive on his feet. He's a good wrestler. He's really explosive. And Ronnie Marks is an athlete too, man. He's good on the ground. So if it does go to the ground, that could be a toss-up. I think maybe Branch might have a little advantage on the feet, and of course the fight starts on the feet. So I honestly think Branch might actually pull it out. So I guess I need to start getting ready for him. But I guess we'll only see April 10th and see what happens.
Well, let's talk about Thiago Silva for a second, because I watched the MMA Era with Ariel Awani. It was last week, I believe Ali was on there, and Ali was talking about he had some issues with Thiago Silva. Not really issues, but obviously Thiago doesn't like dealing with the media. I'm not sure if that's because the media just gets him in constant trouble. But are you a guy who Ali can turn to talk to the media and promote fights and book you interviews, etc.? Are you that sort of guy there, Teddy?
But I don't have a problem talking to the media. It helps sell fights. It helps market you more. So people can, I guess get a sense of the kind of guy you are outside of the cage, and So yeah, I'll talk to anybody, man. If I have time, I'll take the time if I have time from training or working or whatever I'm doing, and if I have the time to talk to the media, I'll be more than willing to talk to them. But I think after a while you get on Thiago Silva's level, man, and you get that popularity, and the media is always scrutinizing you, and they're always trying to get in your business and everything else. I think after a while you probably want that privacy, and you don't necessarily want to talk to the media all the time. You just want to be left alone and enjoy your life as a person instead of trying to be a fighter all the time. Because outside of the cage and outside of training, man, you're just a regular person like everybody else. You have a life to live. You have a family. You have kids. If you have kids, you have brothers, sisters, and loved ones you want to see. You just don't want to be bothered with it all the time. And I can very well understand, some aspects of that, because after this fight, man, I've been blown up. My phone just keeps going off constantly, and I can see how it might get a little overwhelming sometimes. You just want to be left alone. But as far as right now, I'm good with it. If there ever comes that moment where I feel like it's taking time away from training or my friends and family and what I want to do, I'll probably take a step back and just enjoy the limelight outside of the media some if I can.
Well, Teddy, I'm sure you picked up many new fans after your knockout of Thiago Silva. Is there anything you'd like to say to potential new fans, listeners, and the fans you just gained or already had in regards to your upcoming bout for the championship against either Ronnie Max or the champ?
I just want to say to everybody, man, thanks for all the support and friend requests and comments and likes and shares and everything else they've done for me, man. I know I'm a newcomer at this, and I know it isn't easy to break through in this MMA business, man, but I appreciate all the love and support everybody showed me from my new fans, my old fans, my family, my friends, and everything else, and I just don't plan on stopping, man. I don't, if you like what you saw, and maybe in my past fights you looked me up and saw how I fight, I like to knock people out. I like to get in there and get it done. I don't like to, just push your foot around. I want to fight. I want it to be exciting, and I hope that I keep that way. And I hope that the fans and everybody else that watch me fight are, they're excited. They're exciting fights. I like to watch them. They keep continuing to watch me win, lose, or draw.
Okay, from the MMA Quick Fighting Talk Show, as always, thank you for watching.